Alright, so the pasta dough is rested for about 45 minutes in the refrigerator. We're ready to start rolling it out. So I'm going to open it up and need a little bit of flour. Okay, and I'm going to cut this. This makes about 4 nice servings. So I'm going to cut this in 4 pieces. And you notice that if you make this, once it comes out and rests in the fridge, the dough's a lot softer than when it went in. It's nice and pliable. Now all I gotta do is press this down. I want to flatten it out. You can just do it by hand. Get some flour on both sides. I'm gonna start thinning it out so I can fit it through my pasta machine. Okay. It should be good. Now come over to the pasta machine. I'm going to put this on. I got my pasta sheeter on setting 1, which is the widest setting. I'm going to pass it through there a couple times. And then I'm going to go all the way down to number 5, which is what I like for a linguine or fettuccine. So I'll put on number 3. And then let the machine do the work. I'm going to fold this over to get a nice even sized piece. Put it through one more time. I'll go down to number 2. Send it through there. And each time you pass it through, it's getting a little bit thinner and stretching out the dough. Number 3. Number 4. And then when I put it through number 5, I'm going to pass it through twice to get a nice stretch on the dough. And now I'm going to cut it in half. And one more time. Okay, now watch what I do. Put it back on my board. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on both sides so it don't stick. Flip it over. And you'll see this is kind of thick. You wouldn't, if you were making lasagna or ravioli, you'd want to put it through to like number 7 on the machine. But I want this to be a little thick. I want the pasta to have a little bit of bite to it. And then I want to cut this about in half. And then each one of these sheets will go through the pasta cutter when we make our fettuccine. I'm going to do the rest of it and then I'll show you how we make the fettuccine. Alright, so we got our pasta sheeted out. We're ready to cut it. I'm going to use the KitchenAid machine and just run it through. And I got a pan over here with some semolina so I can put it on there when it's done and get it ready to cook. So I got my cutting attachment hooked up already. Put it on number 3. And then just basically run it right through. Let the machine do the work. That's it. And then I just hit it with a little extra semolina. And then just put it in a pile. I'm going to make 8 piles of this. And then I'll show you how you cook it and how we make the sauce for this. So check it out, my fresh pasta is all set up over here. I got my water boiling. I'm going to put some salt in the water first. Okay. I'm going to add my pasta. Look how good this looks. I need about half of this for myself, and my wife Lisa and my son Jack loves this fresh pasta. He's 14 months old, but he really likes it. I think he likes it better than the dry pasta for some reason. I'm not sure why. So that should be good. I'll set the rest aside. And then I'll show you how we're going to finish this, because we took so much time to make this Sunday gravy, to make the fresh pasta. So I really want to make sure I finish it in a special way. So I'm going to turn the heat up to high. I got a little bit of butter in the pan here, about a tablespoon. I'm going to let that get hot, and then I'm going to take from my pot, I got my Sunday gravy over here. I'm going to take about 2 ladles, 2.5 of the sauce. Let that get hot. I'm going to add just a little bit, splash of cream, and some grated cheese. Okay, I'm going to stir this. I'm going to let it mix together, and when my pasta's cooked, I'm going to add it right in the pan and show you how I plate it. Pasta's done. I'm going to shut the flame off. I already shut my sauce. You can see it's a nice pink sauce. This pasta, this fresh pasta, only takes about 4 minutes to cook. Doesn't take as long as regular. I want to go right into the pan here. Notice I don't have a ton of sauce in there. You don't want to overload it with sauce. You want to be able to taste this pasta because we worked so hard to make it. So just dressing the pasta, not over saucing it. Okay. And I didn't add anything else to the sauce. The butter and the cheese and the Sunday sauce had plenty of flavor. Now I'm just going to toss this. Okay. Let's get it nice and coated. And the nice thing about making homemade pasta is you get really nice long strands of the fettuccine. Not like in the box, it's much longer. So this looks coated. I'm going to plate this up, and the way you do it is with the tongs, grab some and spin the ball to make it a nice tight mound like that. Okay, we'll grab a little extra sauce on top. That's all you need. And then grate some cheese. And there you go. Nothing better than homemade pasta. If you have the attachments, it makes it a lot easier. If you don't, you're going to need to roll it out. You're going to need a big surface to work on, but you really should try it. It's much, much different than the dry, and it's very rewarding. I'm going to give this a try. Grab a fork here. It's a much different texture too. That is really, really good. You gotta try it. You get the chance to make some pasta for yourself.